Alrighty, y'all, so I'm here. I've got only like 35 minutes to do this, but I made the 10 splits on Monday. It is Thursday today. The queens just arrived. Like I said, these are going to be very small splits. I don't care if they're, pretty small. Normally you want to make a strong split, but I'm just getting them to accept the new queens because I have all this honey to, extract on all my colonies, and I'm going to knock them down to a single brood box. So then they're going to be overpopulated, and what I'm going to do is equalize from the big colonies and boost all these small ones up. So I just need there to be enough bees to take care of whatever brood they have, to accept these queens, release her, and get her going. So here in the next week or two, I could extract honey and have these queens, get boosted up. All right, and here are those queens. I've got 10 of them. I'll have to pop them open, make sure they're alive and well. I don't know. Let's look first. There's some in here. I'm gonna take my phone out, or not use my phone and do this because there's that queen and that one. She's way back there. I don't have that much time, so I need to hurry. Alrighty, y'all, so all 10 queens are alive. You can see them in their cages there. All of these are just nurse bees tending to them. Beautiful little queens. They look small right now, but they'll get bigger as they start laying. They got a sponge with food and then some sugar fondant down here, and then these nurse bees will actually take care of them. These came from California, from Korea Farm. So this is where I've been getting my queens from. I really like them. So let's go into these splits and look for queen cells, knock them down, and add a queen. Alrighty, so as I said, I don't really need the splits to be super strong. This is a couple frames of bees. I'm just coming in here to make sure there's no queen cells, which it looks like. Starting one here, knock that down. That's more nectar. At the same time, you can see if you got a queen in here on accident, but I'm pretty sure that has a lot of honey and pollen. That's a food frame there. No queen cells. At the same time, when I was doing the splits, I did pretty much find all the queens for the most part. Not the best looking brood there. Make sure there's no eggs, lots of pollen, because if there's a queen in here, they will kill, my queen that I give them. Cool. Like I said, not a big population, but that's totally fine. These bees will emerge and accept her as well. Pollen, lots of pollen, more than I thought. So all right, cool. No queen cells. All I'm gonna do is spread this open here, grab a queen, and you've got a sugar plug there. I'm gonna put the screen down between the frames, kind of merge them closer together. So it's like that. The bees will go up there. Cool. On to the next one. Easy as that. Now I do got a bunch of little sugar ants over here. Let's see what they're looking like over there. I'm trying to do this and hold the phone at the same time. You're gonna see my shadow. I'm sorry. Okay, it looks like a lot of honey in this one. Okay, and queen cells, lots of nectar there. Now this one's probably a lot of honey on top, but a lot of brood towards the bottom, which that is correct. I don't see any eggs, just their larvae. They may not have had enough bees to make queen cells, because you can see all this brood will be emerging. Just double checking. They got plenty of food in here. Yep, no eggies, so no queen in here. And as I stated before, I pretty much spotted every queen when I was making the splits. I don't normally like to do it like that. I normally like to separate them and then add the boxes above an excluder, give them a few days. That way I'm sure there's nothing they can make a queen cell with, but nothing here, which is good. I'm gonna spread it open between the two brood frames, get them a queen, face down where the screen could be on it, push those together. All these dang little ants. Oh well, we've got the new queen. Easy as that. And we do have a lot of raccoons out here. A lot of coons. So that's why I'm putting this center block on top. Hard to do this with one hand, but we're doing it. You know, that's 2 out of 10. Like I said, I have to hurry. I have like got out of work late. Have about 40 minutes before I need to go and grab my kids. So same thing here. This is only a 3-frame split. All right, there we go. There's some queen cells, which we want to knock those down. We don't want them to make a queen. These bees are flighty. No more queen cells there. Got stung once there. Yeah, I try to get as much capped brood as possible because, you know, capped brood, it will emerge. Turn that around. And those will be your nurse bees. But I'm gonna go ahead and add queen here between. And that's why it's good that I moved these bees over here. You know, when I did the splits, these would have been even more small, or even smaller, however you say it, if I would have just taken them back or left them at their original yard. Plus, all these bees that are flying, they're orientated to this spot, so they'll go right back into the nook. All right, 3 out of 10. And as I said, I don't want these to be super strong right now. And right when I say that, this one feels like it's got, it's decent. Okay, turn the frame. Here we go, some more queen cells. Knock these girls down. Our bees are pretty feisty here. I do graft, or I have grafted before. Usually the first offspring are pretty calm, but after that they get aggressive again. So for me, I'm just trying to still calm my genetics down and import queens from California. Lots of nectar, honey, no more queen cells. Cool. Set her in between, squeeze the frames together. Alrighty, that's 4. 4 out of 10. And like I said before, I have these colonies right next to each other because I am going to use 2-way pallets soon. So as they get into single deeps, I want to be able to throw them on a pallet and then be orientated as best as possible. Decent colony here as far as this side. Fat frame of honey with brood. Good brood there too. No queen cells that I could see. Make sure there's no eggs. None in there. Scoot this over. I do like when I see queen cells because that means I know they're really queenless. But also looking in here, all I see is larvae and nectar. I mean, they're bringing in. So I did break down my smaller colonies, so they weren't the best brood patterns. I probably should have just requeened them, but I didn't want to mess with the honey producers. So not the best brood pattern, but that's fine because we got the Korea queens, which they have been killing it for me the past 3 years out here in West Texas. So if I didn't have, you know, if I was gonna make an actual split before the honey season, I'd make them a bit stronger. But right now, because it's the honey season, mesquite's blooming again. Probably can't see it, but I am waiting to harvest and then equalize. So pretty much same thing over and over again. I'm gonna stop recording because I really need to hurry. But yeah, that's all I'm doing. 5 out of 10 so far. Alrighty, yeah. Well, I got all 10 queens in there. They all have a good population. 2 to 3 frames of bees. 2 to 3 frames of good brood. So Give them some time, let them emerge, or let them release the queen, get them laying, equalize them whenever we harvest them.